Oh, let me do this right quick. I had it and then I lost it. And it's okay. It's okay. I know he's already gone. He has already made his choice, but it's okay. And I will just say this to Caleb Maupin: I ain't mad at you. And ultimately, what I have to say is that the guy who took the screenshot, I'm not gonna bother because it seemed, you keep everything, you kept your channel pretty tight knit. You don't really have anything to really I can't really search for you, so just don't use it against him, man. I don't try to bombard him on Twitter or wherever it is. Let him be. That's all I have to really say to you. For me, go ahead and do what you want to me, man. Go ahead, but just leave Caleb Maupin out of it. Caleb Maupin just wanted someone. He just he felt the hate and he was like, oh, someone's being nice to me. So it's okay. I'm not mad at Caleb Maupin. I literally just saw it, and then I saw another guy make the comment, and he's like, "Oh crap!" And then Caleb Maupin deleted his comment on the video, and unsubscribed from me. It's okay. People unsubscribe from me all the time, and that's all right. That's all right. At the end of the day, I am who I am. Caleb is who he is. He is who he is. He can't. We all just have to be honest with ourselves to a point. I don't want to be. I'm not going to be angry at Caleb Maupin for leaving. I say to myself, okay, that's okay. I'm not mad at you, Caleb. I understand I'm probably pretty problematic, and I just post the memes and everything else. And you probably saw some stuff that was a little bit too Nazbo, a little bit too edgy, because that guy King Zagu. I mean, it's supposed to be King Zog of Albania. I think he put a U at the end of it, like King Zagu. So overall, I can't be mad. I'm not mad at that. I'm not angry. It's okay. You have a public image to uphold. And if nothing else, my friend, it's a learning experience. Like I said, I'm a bit cringe, and honestly, I rant and rave and everything else. This is pretty much like, for me, this is like public access TV at this point. It's like public access TV, or even worse than conservative talk radio. It's okay. I'm not mad at you though. I mean, I keep repeating that. I tend to do that in the videos because I'm a bit of a boomer. I'm a bit older, but it's okay. It's all right. People come and go. I have my audience, and it's okay. I would rather, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I would rather have 5 people that would just comment like every, 10 videos, and they're just like, yeah, bro, that's cool, or bro, that's cringe. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have 5 people that are subscribed to me and maybe once in a while made a comment than have 10,000 people that would just be sycophants. Sorry about the dead air. But that's not how I honestly feel. Is, you can have all the money in the world, all the friends in the world, but as long as you have 5 people in the world that you really trust, that's all that matters. And that's how I feel. So it's okay. It's okay that he made his comment, and he's like, he's probably going to try to contact me and everything. I was even going to plan on talking to him about Brooklyn, and kind of talked about Sonny Carson. Talking about Sonny Carson, because I've finished reading the book in the college library called The Education of Sonny Carson. And Sonny Carson was a very big activist. He was with CORE, which, let me make sure here. Let me make sure what CORE stood for. CORE. C-O-R-E. 1960s. Okay. I'm trying to think of what it stood for. Congress of Racial Equality. There we go. Congress of Racial Equality. And after that, he kind of became more Afrocentric, and he definitely protested Korean companies.
Go to sleep now. It's getting too late.
All right, take it easy.
Nope, do it. And also, that's getting...
All right, well.
Do that later.
Uh-huh. All right. Whatever. All right, let's bring it in here. Hold on, folks. All right. All right, let's go ahead and finish this up right quick. All right. I bet y'all get to laugh at me a little bit and everything, but honestly, I'm not mad at that situation. It is what it is. Like I say, I would rather have, the 5 people. Like I say, I mean, I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. Well, let me finish up my point. Is Sonny Carson was with CORE. He was also became more Afrocentric. And in the 1980s and 1990s, he was huge in Brooklyn. Huge supporter of, equality for the black man and woman. And I think that's important to understand. Now, it is what it is. I mean, Caleb Maupin probably just saw the video I did about, solidarity with Louis Farrakhan. Probably saw a couple of the other videos, but then when he looked further down, he's like, oh, shit, and then ducked out. And that's okay. That's okay. Like I say, I've made my choices. I better take heed. I better take heed of that. I know y'all heard that. I know y'all heard that. But it is what it is, man. I'm not mad at anybody. You got to make peace with some things and realize that you're not going to be prime time, and that's okay. Like I say, for the most part, this is just me talking. I'm not as ideologically literate as other people are, and I'm not, I don't serve any agenda necessarily. I just have my opinions. They're probably wrong for the most part, but I spout them. I say my opinions nonetheless. I don't think she's going to come in. But anyway, I'll go ahead and finish this up. But, that's just the way it is. Sometimes is that, people may notice you and say, hell, hey, how's it going, buddy? And then you find out, it's like, oh, they're such a nice person. And then you find out something about them. Oh, well, we can't talk to them anymore because they believe something wrong. Then, that's kind of the funny thing about the internet, and also just how people are. It's like, oh my gosh, it seems like such a nice person. This is the same type of thing with how people felt about, I'm trying to think of his name now. The one who debated Destiny, the Iranian dude. I cannot think of the name. Daggum. Iranian American. I think of his name. I cannot think of it. Oof. That's going to bug me. Yeah, what happened with Maupin? Yeah, I respect the dedicated stream. Yeah, what happened with Maupin? Oh, basically, okay, I basically said, I stand with Maupin against Thought Slime, really criticizing him and a lot of these other folks who just, dogpiling him, partly because, oh my gosh, he was at a conference with Dugan. And I said to myself, it's like, the whole Dugan stuff is just a canard, isn't it? Because both left-wing dudes and right-wing folks will be mad as hell about that. Oh my gosh, you talked to Dugan. But I didn't really talk about that, but I'm just saying it now. People are just so mad at him for that. Oh my gosh, you were in a conference with him. He made a comment under the video, said, yeah, great job. I'll be talking to you or something like that. Another guy, this guy, King Zagu of Albania, made a comment and said, you shouldn't, you shouldn't, come on with Nowsbowls, this and that. His content is bad or something like that, basically. And so he, Caleb Maupin was surprised. It was subbed to me. He unsubbed, deleted the comment, and then this dude King Zagu leaves a comment later on that says, "Oh, I'm glad I screenshot stuff." See, that's the most foul thing to me. You can get at me all you want to. That's fine. I'm not really bothered by that because I've changed some things here and there. It's a little bit harder to find me and whatever. I make my comments at the end of the day. But, it's just me just ranting. But Caleb, probably saw some other things down below, and he's like, He probably saw the video like grandparent cry, and he's like, oh, it's a dog whistle for racism. Her. So he's like, okay, let's leave that alone. So that's okay. Like I said, I'm not mad at Maupin for that. He can, he's a grown man. He can say what he wants. He can do what he wants. But don't, I say to this guy, I know he's probably not listening. That's fine. That King Zagu of Albania. I'm just using your screen name because that's all I can go on. But the thing is that, don't use that screenshot against him. Don't do that. Don't play into the game of, all this cancel culture stuff, and feed it to the wolves so that you can have these folks that are like, that'll just find any little thing to go at him. Like I say, be mad. Come at me and make your comments or report me or whatever. I'm not just saying that just be cocky. I'm saying that, like, if you generally don't like me, okay, that's fine. But don't get at him. I think Caleb Maupin, like I say, I mean, he's getting the RT money. I'm not mad at him for that. He's writing articles. He's working with different folks. Let him do his thing, man. Let him do his thing. I mean, he's got more, he's actually been out there doing activism and everything else. I haven't. I've never done activism. I'm probably never going to do activism. I know where my place is. But I'm not mad at that. And I know I keep repeating that, but it's like, don't use it against him. That's all I really have to say. Don't use it against him. That's all I can really say, man. It's just that's ridiculous that he would this guy says, "Oh, it's a good thing I take screenshots." That's petty, man. That's just some petty stuff. But oh well, yeah. He's one of the few actually doing stuff. Exactly. I mean, the thing is that Caleb Maupin is up there in New York. He's trying to actually present a history of leftism. He's trying to combat the synthetic left. And I think he's got, I mean, we definitely need to call out these charlatans. And even though I'm not a leftist necessarily, I'm never going to call myself that, but I think it's good that he's calling out charlatans. I think it's good that he's calling out these folks that, get so wrapped up in their own weird ideas and everything else that it's like, you need to, I'm glad. Because a lot of it is opportunism, specifically with people like Vaush. Vaush is an opportunist. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. The thing is that Vaush was so pro-Bernie, this and that, but the minute that Bernie lost in the primaries, that's when Vaush, I remember at the end of that stream, he sounded like a typical politician. And he said, well, we need to reach out to, Republicans and conservatives. Oh, you mean the ones that you say, oh, well, all conservatives are pedophiles. That's what Vaush has literally said as well. I mean, it's just talking out of both sides of his mouth, And I know those were two separate streams where he said, we need to talk to Republicans and conservatives. That's the end of the thing where he became, riding with Biden. And then he went over to, or that's when he went to riding with Biden and said, "Oh well, and he purged himself of Bernie or Busters and all that business." And it's just ridiculous. It's opportunism. Same thing when he was debating with oh my goodness, I can't think of his name now. That left I can't think of his name now, but the young kid, actual leftism or something like that. I can't think of it. And anyway, where he said during the end of the debate, he's like, "I'm not attached to the ideas of anarcho-syndicalism or market socialism." He said this. He said he's not attached to it. And to me, when you say you're not attached to it, that feels like, well, then what the fuck are you about then? You're about vaguely progressivism? I mean, what, my dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like I say, and of course, leftism today, that's it. I couldn't think of it in my mind, but that type of shit just pisses me off, man. It's like, for me, at least I can say, as full of shit as I may be, is that in general, I think, is that I try to stick to the same things and I try to stay on the same path. And if I'm full of shit, I'll say I'm full of shit. You see what I'm saying? But it's whatever to me, Like I say, my mom will probably come in here a little bit and be like, "What the hell you doing?" And y'all gonna be like, "This it's good. It's good. It's gonna be funny." I hope one of y'all makes a comment. "Lol, your mom had to say something," But I'm at a point in my life, I'm not afraid of stuff like that. It is what it is, man. Part of this is just, it's real life. You can't really hide it. As much as I try to be professional, it's never going to be completely professional. I remember that that Welsh dude was trying to make a comment. I can't think of his name. I feel so bad. I know that we're mutuals on Twitter. I cannot think of it. Oh, I feel so bad. He's like, "Bro, you need to make your videos more professional." This was back when I was showing my face. And I was like, it's never going to be professional. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. But I think I've said my piece. Like I say, I try to keep it short. I know some people are like, "Well, you need to make them longer." I was like, yeah, but I mean, I run out of steam and everything else. There's a certain time limit in my head where I'm like, okay, let me get my points out and try to be quick about it and try not to run on and repeat myself. But it ends up happening. And I'm like, well, I better end it. And then I go for another 20 minutes. But yeah, what's going on, Union Army Ball? I just wanted to say that, if you missed the beginning of it, basically is Caleb Maupin had his comment and was subscribed to me. But then when he looked through, the catalog that I have, he was like, he's a bit too toxic. So, I'm dropping him. Unfortunately, there was a dude who said, "Good thing I take screenshots," and screenshotted Caleb Maupin's comment. And like I say, I mean, hopefully nothing bad comes from that. I don't think it will. It sounds like this dude, he's just a low-level troll. It's fine with me. I don't care. Let the trolls in, man. I used to troll myself, I'm something of a troll myself. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. But just leave, but my whole thing is just leave Caleb Maupin alone. I was just saying solidarity because, the dude went through some stuff, man. They're just really trying to shit on him. And, I mean, they have this motivated hive mind where it's just like, let's go attack this person. Let's go attack this person. And I know, not physically attack, but like, let's get at him and, let's make comments about him. There's just all this pent up anger that they're not going to do anything in real life, but it's like, well, we're going to cancel him anyway. That's what cancel culture is to me. It's just, it's people that are mad, just haters. That's all it is. And I'm not mad at, Caleb Maupin. Like I say, I mean, I've repeated that before, but yeah, even Culture Thug gets that. Yeah. Boy, I really hope this doesn't result in a mass flagging of you or him. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. I don't think, like I say, I mean, I'm pretty minor. But yeah, even Culture Thug is it. Yeah, exactly. I think Culture Thug and, when Culture Thug and Caleb Maupin talk, I thought that was one of the best faith conversations they had. I didn't watch every single minute of it, but I think for the most part, it was fairly, it was fairly good faith, I think. But yeah, it's a good thing that you bring that up, Glasnow, because I'm like, that was a fairly good faith argument. And even though he was talking with one of these pagan guys and was laughing, and they were making fun of Caleb Maupin without using his name, but it's like, even then, it was what it was. I mean, yeah, I hope, like I say, I do, yeah, it does need to be said, though, yeah. I do hope that, yeah, there's no bad stuff that comes from this. I hope that, he doesn't get in trouble for this. I'm just some guy, man. I'm just some guy. I'm not attached to anything. It's just like, we're all just locked in quarantine. I'm just running my mouth. That's all I can do at this point. I can just run my mouth. So don't get mad at, if y'all do see this channel or whatever. And I know y'all probably won't click on this video, but it's like, leave him alone. Leave Caleb Maupin alone. Me, it's one thing. Okay. I mean, these guys, they can make their own videos and everything else. I mean, I'm cool with these guys, but it's like, at the end of the day, life goes on. Once again, I referenced Tupac in the title. I ain't mad at ya. But also, life goes on. Another Tupac song. How many brothers fell victim to the streets? Rest in peace, young brother. There's a heaven for G. Be a lie if I told you that I never thought of death. My brother, we the last ones left. But life goes on. That's true. Anyway, that conversation was my first exposure to Caleb Maupin. I'm glad I discovered him. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. He's a pretty good guy. I mean, even I don't necessarily agree with him, and we're on two different sides of it. It's just, I think that it's, it was cringe when the weaseliness of people like Thought Slime, who are like, leftists, aren't necessarily bad when they reduce things to class, and he just went in on and said, Nazbol Ghoul, Caleb Maupin. I remember, Union Army Ball, you did a clip of that. I was like, that's just so silly, man. This is Nazbol Ghoul. And they once again, it's like, they don't even know what Nazbol is. Like, you can define Nazbol whatever way you want to. That's the whole thing to me. I'm not just reliant, on the whole, Reed Pytel. Although I've read a little bit of Pytel, but but it's like, I don't have to resort to just Reed Pytel or Reed Lemonov or Reed Dugan. It's like, it's whatever. You can have it whichever way you want to. It's like, you can just say that you don't care for capitalism, and you can add whatever you want. That's the whole thing about it. It's not as a strict definition, but of course, that's part of the reason why people are mad. But that's my opinion. That's my view. But really, that's why I was defending him, because I was like, he's, just because he talked with Dugan, these folks are so mad at him, and they're just trying to, get at him. I feel bad for it. I really do. I mean, ultimately, I don't think it's going to hurt him. Why does Maupin get accused of third positionism? Because people are dumb. Basically, people are artistic and stupid. That's basically what it is. But he just, it's also because apparently they found this footage of Maupin next to Dugan, and because they don't know what the difference between third positionism and fourth position, which those are two completely different things. These are just people that are disingenuous. Yeah, I don't think these people understand Dugan. No, they don't. They don't. I'm not going to say I do either, but I'm going to say is that basically it's just, the fourth political theory. I mean, he's just talking about the evolution of things. He's in general a conservative, this and that. I mean, even he said that to a point, but probably more socially conservative and more of a, actually somewhat of a Thought Slime fan, but that was a really stupid video. Yeah, I can agree. I kind of say is that some of the videos that Thought Slime does are okay. It's like, I recently was watching some of his videos where he was talking about the Purge and about some other things. I was like, in general, I'm like, oh, okay, it's all right. I can kind of see where he's coming from. I don't really like the whole let's try to dumb things down and try to make it easier. And, I'm going to say clever things. But, he is who he is. I can't really hate him for that. I don't know, man. It is what it is. I mean, that's my view of it. It's okay. That's all I'm saying. I'm older at this point. I think I think I know where the threshold is about what I can say without being too edgy and what I shouldn't say. I say that, but then again, my tastes are all screwed up anyway. I mean, my head is just so it's so screwed up. I can't really. All I can do is laugh. You can either cry or you can laugh. I can't really bring myself to tears for anything. So it's like, it is what it is, man. I'm not mad at anybody necessarily. It's like, yeah, I'll do these videos. I try to, I'll do my response videos and stuff like that. But it is, I don't even know where to go really. But it's like, so what, man? I just hope it doesn't, it doesn't come to anything in particular. Like I say, I used to have my Twitter connected to this account, but I took that off that way. I just cut off these layers so it isn't, so it's more separate. They're separate things, they're separate entities, But yeah, really, I just find him the least sufferable of the Bread 2 folks. He seems like an honest guy who isn't going to waffle on what he believes and thinks before he speaks. Yeah, okay. All right, I'll go with that. But yeah, I think I've said my piece on that, and like I say, once again, I'm not mad at you. It's okay. I understand that, like I say, Caleb, I know he's got a wife. I think he's got kids. So I understand. It's okay. I'm not mad at you for that. I'm not, I'll even keep my distance when you upload your live streams on Saturday or something like that. I won't even mess with your comments, or maybe I'll use an alt, and I'll just kind of make my, I'll just type some stuff out, but I won't bother you in your comments on your stream. That way you don't have to answer it. It's okay. The mods don't have to worry about me, this and that. I think that's all I really have to say. I won't bug him. I won't bother him, I don't know. It's just, it's funny how these things go. It's kind of like that meme where it's like, there's literal wars going on between mutuals and this and that. And it's like, the virgin, wars are going on between people and, oh, well, this so-and-so said this, such and such did that. And, the Chad literal wars are going on between mutuals and you have no idea what's going on. That's the same thing with me. I was like, oh, what? Yeah, that's why I typed out. I was like, what? Caleb Maupin. And it's like, then, this, that Zagu dude decided to type out, oh, you're associating with, well, I know that you associate with Nosbo, but this guy is particularly bad. I was like, okay. I was like, so I typed out, oh, what do you find bad about my content? And then, of course, Caleb Maupin deleted that comment, unsubscribed from me. And I was like, and then he left a comment where he's like, oh, well, it's a good thing, it's a good thing I have screenshots. I'm like, golly. I was like, basically I did try to say, at least in the comment, I try to make it more, I'm trying to be just literal here, but it's like, don't mess with Caleb. Leave him be. I'm not going to bug with him. I just wanted to say solidarity with him just because, everybody was hounding him. That's all. That's all I was concerned with. It's just, people were hounding him. They didn't need to do all that. It is what it is, man. But that's all I have to say, man. In all honesty, But anyway, like I say, I should take my mom's advice because I know I didn't. Anyway, I think I've said my piece. Like I said, I should actually record that stuff tomorrow. It's the racial stuff, 100% the racial stuff he objects to. Yeah, exactly. When I made the grandparent cry vid, he probably listened to it and he's like, "Oh shit." Even though I said it in the most innocuous way for the most part. It's just there is underlying racist stuff. So I understand. Like I say, once again, I understand. I'm not mad at that. I am who I am, though. I shouldn't censor my stuff. If YouTube lets me have it, then so what? That's probably not the right way to look at it, but I'm just saying is that I am who I am. Even if I didn't have this channel ranting and raving, I'd still be who I am, man. I'd still be who I am, just like y'all are going to be who you are. I don't censor the comments. I don't do any of this. I'm sure that someone's going to see this and they're probably going to, just mass, mass downvote or something like that. Hopefully they don't, report me or something like that. I don't know, but so what? At this point, just it is what it is, man. There are worse things in this world, But that's just how we are. We're the edgy folks that are trying to carve out our little bit of spurginess. It's like y'all can just say what you want here in general. But I think the last comment I do want to make, and then I should end it. But at least we aren't, we're the ones that are trying to hold up at least the idea that YouTube is somewhat of a still a free speech open site. And it's not just, getting, hopefully we won't end up like Molyneux or something like that. But we're all just here, just, watching things go by. And we don't want to be like BitChute where, you still have a lot of that Wignat 2015 sort of content. You know what I mean? All that sort of thing. Because I went on BitChute and it's just like, oh my gosh, y'all are still using the parentheses. Y'all are still using the echoes. It's like, bruh, it's 2020. We need to stop doing the echoes. Okay. If there are Jewish reporters who use the echoes now, unironically, and they're like, well, we're going to own it. So why would you do that? Why would you still use the echoes? I mean, but then again, boomers like Varg still use the echoes. And his Twitter account is still up. But it's like, it's just silly to me, man. It is. But I don't know. Like I say, I am who I am. Like I say, I would rather have, I'm just going to repeat what I said at the beginning, just so y'all hear it. But I would rather have 5 subscribers that would be cool with, just whatever I say and would be honest with me and just be like, bro, that was a cool video, or bro, that was cringe. I would rather have that than have 1,000 followers or 10,000 or 100,000, whichever. That would just be sycophants, just be like, oh yeah, that was great content, bro. Yeah, based. I'm glad the way you own that guy. Oh, I just found your content. I would rather have those 5 people that know what I've said on various streams or made the videos I've made than have all that. You see what I'm saying? I can say that now. I mean, who knows what it'll be like in the future, but I'll say that now on July 21st, 2020, But yeah, I think I've said my piece. Is there anything else y'all want me to talk about? I treat these like a meeting now, don't I? I treat these like a meeting. Like, is there anything else y'all want me to talk about? Is there anything else you want me to say? Anything else you want me to to show videos of? I think I've said my piece. Like I say, I drug this out a little bit just because, some people get in a little bit later, this and that. I get it. But I think I've meant, I like the meeting format. I appreciate that, Union Harvey Ball. Yeah, we're trying to, like I say, I try to adapt a little bit. I try to give the people what they want to a point. I'm not going to go off and just be wild, but, to a point, I can give that standpoint, but I think I've said my piece. Like I say. Doxing is cringe. It is. It's cringe that, that you want to bring up some sort of, oh, look at what Caleb Maupin did. He made a post on this video, on this guy's video. Ooh, you better, ooh, go get him. Go get, it's just like you're just throwing it out to the wolves, man.
And I know that isn't doxing. I know that, I'm not as boomers as I think, but it's like, it's an element. To me, it's a prelude to doxing. It's like, once you do that sort of thing, it's like when you're looking at random comments that he made on a video, then, to me, that's just a snowball to, well, let's find out where he lives, this and that type of thing. To me, that's a snowball effect of where that goes. And to me, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. At least in the current time that we're in now. And it's like, I realize that basically doxing is a tool that is used by all sides. I do realize it. It's a fucked up way of doing things, and it's a last resort, but it's still a fucked up way of doing things. It's like the same thing where I remember I was watching a video from Internet Historian recently, one of the older videos he did, and it's like talking about the kid from the kid that CNN bullied because he had a low key, just a low effort. I mean, it was funny, but it's like the low effort meme of, Donald Trump wrestling a guy that had the CNN logo superimposed on his head. And it's like, and motherfuckers was mad at that. And you had this guy searching for him. I was going to dox him. Oh, that's some fucked up shit, man. Now, of course, like I say, have lefties been doxed? Of course. I'm just saying is that it's just such a dirty thing. And it's used as a tool. But, of course, like I say, once again, with this Unicorn Riot server on Discord, and they, they released all this info on, the far right and all these other folks that are getting fired. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, is that you are creating your own enemies. You are creating people that probably didn't even know who the fuck you were. But now that they're fired, they're going to find out about you. And they're going to have nothing to lose. And those are the people you should be afraid of most. Not these, not these random conservatives that you talk about, people like Ben Shapiro or any of those type of fools. Those are not your fucking problem. The folks that get doxxed, that lose their job, that may lose their families, that may lose everything. Those are the motherfuckers you have to worry about. Those are the people that are going to be like, I have nothing else to lose. So what makes you think I'm going to stop? You see what I'm saying? That's the sort of mentality that I think about. That a lot of people don't think about. They're, and you get these ignorant people, like I said, once again with I remember I made a comment, I was trolling, Unicorn Riot, tell me that's not the official name. Yes, it is. It is the official name of the, it's a website, but it's also a YouTube channel. Yeah, Unicorn Riot. Yep, that is real. Let me show you right quick. Let me see here. I'm going to show you. Let me show you. It is true. It is true. Yep. There it is. There it is. In all its glory, as they say. Yep, there it is. Unicorn Riot. Left wing type of thing. They've, recorded. They were the ones that were really covering the Chopper, the Chaz, and everything else. They were like, "Oh, we hate white people," and all that type of thing. That was them. That was them. Now, of course, a lot of the time with their videos on YouTube, turn off the comments, turn off the chat. And it's always the example of the coward. That's the first step of the coward on, if you're here on YouTube, turn off the comments and turn off the chat is always the realm of the coward who can't endure, taking any sort of criticism. That's what Black Red Guard does. Turns off the comments, turns off the chat, and he just uploads his videos. That's cowardice. To me, if you're on the internet, you gotta be willing to take some trolls. We've all had that point, where it's like, yeah, we rage quit this and that. It's like we've all had our arguments on Twitter or whichever platform, and Sometimes you can pick your fights with the right people, and they'll end up just blocking you, and you consider that a victory. Ha ha, he blocked me. It's not as much of a thing as it used to be, but it's like, that was a badge of honor. It's like, ha ha, that fool blocked me. I have 1,000 people that block me on Twitter. Ha ha, And sometimes you'll just keep going, arguing with Spurgs. It's like and it gets to be an endurance race, and you get the mentality. You'll get the wrong mentality. I have the wrong mentality, admittedly. I'm trying to change that. The wrong mentality of, if you stick around, if you're the last man standing, then you've won. That's not the right strategy. And sometimes if you walk away, you're the better man. But it's like, I still have that mentality of, if I just keep going and they decide to walk away, then they're the coward. Like I say, that's not the right thinking. I'm trying to be a grown up here. I'm really trying to be a grown up when I say this, but it's not, you gotta be able to let it go. You gotta be able to do that. But yeah, that's a little bit of sage advice from me, from my very brief interactions on the internet. In general, there are people who are far more experienced and have far more relevance, but in general, for the most part, for me, I stick to my own little places. I stick to Twitter and I upload my memes. I stay on here and I, just kind of make my live streams kind of low key. Like I say, occasionally I get pinched, as I will call it, not like cops, but, whatever. But yeah, I just stick to my own little thing. I stick to my own little way of doing things, That's my attitude anyway. I understand that the internet is changing. The internet is not the same place it used to be. 4chan is not what it used to be, or wherever. I didn't mess with 4chan necessarily, but, the world is a changing place. It is. But I still hold the view, though, that as much as things change, they stay the same. It's the same thing goes with people's minds. You can try to be woke and accept transgenderism and all that other stuff. You can go ahead and do that all day. But there are always going to be people that are going to be like, whose struggle is more important? And there are plenty of holes in, these progressive ideas and left-wing ideas that, there's a lot of holes in there. You can see daylight, as they say. And you have to be aware of that. That's all I can really tell you. There's holes with any ideology, though. And ultimately, if you're willing to admit them and just say, yeah, there are holes in that ideology, then you'll be that much more respected. But if you're a diehard and say, no, ours is the right way, then that's where you're probably going to lose. That's probably where you're going to lose. This is the most people I've had. Anyway, you know what? Who cares? I should just speak my mind, just not worry about that. But it is what it is, ultimately. It is what it is. You have to be willing to just say, okay, fair enough. All right. And people come and go. It's okay. It is what it is, yeah. The Wild West is developing, to put the internet figuratively. Yeah, exactly. And there will always be a Wild West somewhere on the internet, There's the vast, the thing is that, so I've heard, is that there is a vast, is that we are only swimming in the shallow end of the pool. And there's a dark web. And that's where most of the internet is, where you can find all this extra stuff. And I know nothing about that. But so I've heard that's what it is, yeah. I just chose a side, honestly. I heard a rational argument for every ideology under the sun, so I decided on one I liked. Yeah, that works. Like I say, to me, I will say this, Union Army Ball, is that you can do what you do. For me, I'll play along with an ideology when I see it happen. When I see it in action. That's my view. When I see what it actually is, not what it claims to be, what it actually is, though. And of course, like I say, any ideology, they have their faults, they have their, mistakes that they've made, but I'll wait and see what it looks like. I'll be like, I'm from Missouri. I've never been to Missouri, but the show me state. You got to show me. But I don't know. But there's nothing wrong with that. If that's you, then that's you, my friend. I can't, I'm not going to change your mind. Just like, I'm stuck in my ways. I'm here in my side of the trench, and I'm just watching with my binoculars, just kind of seeing what's going on. But there you go. With that, I think I've said my piece. Once again, I want to appreciate Union Army Ball. Of course, Glasnow, Benedict of Nursia. I think that's it. Yeah, just those few. I want to appreciate that. I know someone whose brother was active on the dark web. He said he got news about the Syrian civil war there because nothing about it would be tolerated on the normal internet. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like I say, I have no idea about that. I'm far too boomer. I'm sure that there are much more intelligent people who know about that. But yeah, good night to you as well, Union Army Ball. I appreciate that. And just one last thing, just to make sure if someone does skip to the end and they ignore the 5 times I've already said it, I'll say it one more time. I'm not mad at you, Caleb Maupin. I'm not angry at you. I understand that I am toxic and that I'm cringe, and that's okay. I'm not mad at you for that. You just wanted someone to be nice to you. I really do think that. I think that he just wanted someone to be nice. And he saw it and he was just like, yeah. But then he looked at further and he said, no, you're too cringe. And that's okay. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad. I just accept things. I accept myself as I am. I accept you as you. And I accept my audience for what they are. If they don't like my content, they don't like it. That's okay. And I'll leave it there. Y'all have a good night. Or have a good day, I should say. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. New video hopefully will be airing. Will be downloaded or uploaded, I should say, tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get that recorded. So until then, good night.